Welcome everyone. So today we are talking about debt and how you can use it to leverage and grow your wealth. Now, the person we are going to be discussing today is Aliko Dangote, the richest black man in Africa. And he's been the richest man over several years. He undertook one of his biggest projects, which is the refinery. Now, you know that in the refinery, he secured $5.5 billion loan in December 2013, hoping to kick off as quickly as possible. But in 5 years after the refinery had started, he has still not done anything. And this loan accrued interest over $500 million that he had to pay. Now, fast forward, the refinery project started underway 2021, past 2024, we know that it was commissioned and he started production. As of June 2024, that $5.5 billion loan, he had paid $2.4 billion out of it, remaining approximately $3.1 billion yet to be paid. We know that as his refinery keeps producing, eventually he will complete this payment. But what stuck out is the over $500 million interest that he had to pay, even though for a 5-year initial period, nothing was happening. Now, this refinery, as it is in full force, is expected to generate $26 billion annual revenue. And this will project the Dangote Industries, Dangote Group income from $6 billion to over $30 billion from 2025 going. Now, this is what happened to Dangote. He had a lot of belief that the loan that he had taken to support his refinery was going to kick off as planned. But there were a lot of factors that came to play. Some were political, some were environmental challenges that delayed the start of the project. But even though it delayed the start of the project, he had taken the loan and he couldn't just say that he was not going to pay the interest. Interest had accrued for over a period of 5 years, even before anything could happen. And that interest had to be paid. As diligent as he and the company is, they made a payment. They ensured that they did not default. And as we've said, they are on course to completing the loan repayment. So what lesson does it hold for us? A 19 billion project with a 5.5 billion loan supporting it to ensure that it gets towards fruition. Despite all the challenges, despite all the difficulties that Dangote faced, we know that it is the single largest refinery in the world. What will be the benefit to Dangote and to the people of Nigeria? How beneficial is this for them? We know that even when it started, they started producing diesel, it crashed the market price of diesel. And as they've started producing petrol too, we know the benefit that is given the people of Nigeria. And of course, it's helping his company grow. So what if he decided that he was going to abort the vision because of the interest that had accrued? Now you compare the interest that accrued, that also he continued to pay vis-a-vis the benefits of the projected revenue that his company is going to get. It pales in comparison. But of course, at the beginning, it was a very daunting task. And nobody knew whether the project was going to be successful. In fact, a lot of people doubted and advised him against going on with the project. Such a monumental scale. But he pulled it off. And there are some lessons that we need to learn from it. The first one is that debt can be good. What is debt? What is a good debt? Dangote used this debt as an investment to help him build this infrastructure. We know that there were revenues that he used from his businesses but the debt helped him to complete this project. This debt fueled the completion of the refinery. So we can say that this is an example of a good debt, which was used for investment purposes. The other thing too is that Dangote managed this debt very well. For you to start a project and for 5 years you've not started and you are paying interest on the loan that you took, it's a very difficult thing to understand and appreciate. What he did was that he ensured that his businesses that were generating the revenue was able to service the loan that he had taken. So there are lessons in it that we need to also pick. In as much as you have plans to execute, it's clear for you. Because for Dangote, it was clear for him. He knew that this is a very good opportunity to substitute all the importation of petroleum products that they were doing for the people of Nigeria. And once he was able to substitute that and produce it locally, the market was there. But getting to that journey was very difficult. But he did not act recklessly. He ensured that whatever he took, he could shoulder if anything should go wrong. And we saw that he did it because he was able to service those debts even though he had not started. And even up until 2014 June, he had paid 2.4 billion out of that debt. It means that because as of June 2024, there was not much production from the refinery, which means that all these monies came from the other companies to pay this. So the lesson in it for us is that don't take more than you can chew. Your plans are good. Your projections are solid. You have seen that the business will work, but don't take more than you can chew. Because if anything should go south, what should happen? What's going to happen? You'll be caught pants down. Ensure that anytime you make plans to take loans, you will be able to afford it. Don't overstretch yourself, because all other things being equal may not be equal. Things can go wrong. So that when things go wrong, you should be able to handle it. So what are the lessons? What other lessons again can we pick? Not all debt is bad. If you use this debt for investment purposes, and we've said it before, good debt is a debt that brings you or has the potential to bring you income after you've taken it, or brings you income after you've taken it. So if you take money to do investment, this is good debt. And from an example of Dangote, he took $5.5 billion to invest into his refinery. And even though challenges came on the way, eventually he completed it and is reaping the benefits. So if you are taking loan today, ensure that the loan you're taking, you're using it for investment purposes. If you're investing in yourself, the returns is not going to come now, but definitely the returns will come. And so ensure that even as you invest in yourself, it is helping you build your skill, it is adding value to you, and it is giving you an opportunity to earn better in the future. Another benefit that we also take, understand risk and reward. Now, taking a loan is a risk you are taking, but also know that there is also a reward for whatever you use the loan to do. If the outcome is positive, and if your planned outcome is the same as what manifests, then you enjoy the reward. But be careful and ensure that the reward that you're expecting outweighs the risk of taking the loan. In the case of Dangote, the reward is so massive, and the risk of the loan going bad, the risk of the business not happening, the risk of the infrastructure and the project not happening was also very real, because it had not been attempted before. but he was bold in his resolve and he believed in his vision. Your ability to believe in your vision is what will keep you going. And setbacks may come, and it may not be loan, it may be something else. Difficulties may come. Are you going to keep your resolve and move ahead, or you just give up? If your vision and your reward that you're expecting is not great, it's not bigger than you, then you definitely give up along the way, because it will not be rosy. Difficulties are bound to happen as you go forward to achieve your vision, as you want your dreams to come to pass. More especially if you have a loan that is taking you along and things are not going as planned, you may be disappointed. But be resolved and be bold in your approach. Believe in your vision and know that the end will be better than your beginning. Know that the payout will far outweigh the risk. But be mindful, if the risk outweighs the payoff or the payout that you're expecting, then it may not be worth it pursuing, especially when other people's funds are in it. Because when it does not go well, you will be called on to cough up those funds. So always measure the risk that is involved in the venture that you are taking and the reward that you're expecting, so that you do not dissipate your little resources, let alone destroy your reputation because of a loan that you are not able to pay. Another thing that we also need to understand is that we need to be patient, that we also need to persevere. We know that for Dangote's case, things did not go as planned at the beginning, and for a whole 5 years, he had to cough up $500 million. It's a lot of money, but he was patient. He maneuvered through. He started a project at one location. It didn't go well. He came to Lagos. Lagos accepted him. Even when he got the land that he finally wanted to work, the place was mushy. It took a lot of time to get even the preparatory work done. But he was patient and he persevered. What kind of dream do you have? What kind of project are you working on? What kind of business are you in? What kind of employment are you in? What is your vision? What do you expect to get? What is your plan? Are you giving up already? Or you are patiently persevering? For you to get to your destination as Dangote did, you have to persevere. And sometimes it may be against all odds. But once you believe in the vision, as we've said earlier, persevere. Perhaps, as it happened to Dangote, you will also overcome. And for every debt, every loan that you took from institutions, from friends, family, finally, you'll be able to pay them. So let's understand this and know that it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come cheap at all. We also need to be disciplined financially. As I said earlier on, don't take more than you can chew. Despite all the troubles that was going on with Dangote before the refinery started kicking off, there was a lot of financial discipline. The revenue that he was making from the other businesses, he ensured that he channeled some to make payments here so that the vision could go on, so that the vision could be achieved. What's happening to you? Or how do you even manage your bumper period when you're having a lot of windfalls, when a lot of incomes are coming your way? Do you stay disciplined financially? Do you stick to the budget, or more has come, so let me enjoy? I've got more than expected, so let me indulge myself. There's a need to always pay yourself first, as we've said. And if there's more that you can do after paying yourself first, ensure that you pack it, because it will not be rosy all the time. Difficult times will come. And when difficult time comes, your ability to withstand it will depend on how you prepared yourself during your good times. And so always stay financially disciplined, ensuring that you are keeping reserves as much as possible. Pay yourself first, keep any other that comes, work on a budget, and ensure that you follow that budget. Never indulge yourself in things that you've not planned for. Always save windfalls and prepare yourself for difficult times, because they will come. So long as good times are there, difficult times will also come. There are times and seasons, time for everything. Prepare yourself to weather your difficult moments. In the difficult moment of Dangote, he weathered it with financial discipline. So you also be financially disciplined. So what other lesson can we also learn from here? We need to also understand and appreciate that sometimes it may not go as planned, but always believe in your vision over immediate loss. Your vision over your immediate loss. $500 million is a big loss, even to the wealthiest of men in Africa. But don't let that bog you down. Don't let that discourage you. Believe in the vision that you have for yourself. And know that in the grand scheme of things, by the time you are done achieving your vision, the loss that you are experiencing now will be small and will pale in comparison with the outcomes that you will get. And to always make the vision clear. Know what you are pursuing. Know the metrics that you are measuring yourself by. Know what you want, the target that you want to get to. Once these things are clear to you, the losses may come, but see them as temporal. And know that eventually, when you've succeeded in your game, you will see these losses as nothing to write home about. And to consider Dangote now. Over $26 billion income is expected to come into this refinery from 2025 going. And compare that to the 500 million loss that was occasioned. It pales in comparison. But at that time, it was a big deal. Now, it's a big deal for you with the challenge that you're going through. But keep focused and let your vision keep you alive. Let your vision keep you going. Let your target keep you going. And the thing is that if you don't give up, you will definitely succeed. If you don't give up, you will definitely achieve the target. The challenge may come from various places. It could be from your family, it could be from your employer, it could be from your suppliers, it could be from some of your best customers, it could be from many quarters. Some you may know, others you have no idea of. But the issue is that don't let these temporal losses and challenges keep you down. Let your vision keep you going, like Dangote. So what are the key takeaways from what happened to Dangote with respect to building the refinery, getting into debt to get there, and staying on track to paying up the debt, even though he faced challenges? So number one, evaluate your debt. The loans that you have, are they to help you grow, or is just to keep the status quo? If it is to help you grow, then have a plan, like Dangote had a plan, and ensure that you are following through that plan. If your debt is just to help you sort yourself out now, if it can be considered as a sort of bad debt that we talked about, that it will not give you any returns and does not have the potential of making you more money, then you have to think about it. Is there a way you can cut back on it? Is there a way you can deal with it and clear it off? Ensure that anytime you have you're getting into any loan, it is one that is going to make your life better. give you the ability to grow and earn more. So that's the first one. Secondly, always consider the long term. Plan for the long term. You may experience immediate losses in your current life, but if you plan for the long term, you would consider you'll be able to manage it better. Because whatever losses that you're experiencing now, whatever challenges that you're experiencing now, it cannot be compared to the outcome that you're expecting. So always plan for the long term so that you have the drive to move ahead when setbacks and challenges come your way along the path. Again, get yourself educated. If you are entering into a loan agreement, understand the repayment terms, understand what the interest rate is, understand what is expected of you in the loan that you've gone for. Know that the longer you take a loan, the higher you will pay in terms of interest, absolute interest on the loan that you've taken. Even though your repayment may be lower, if you put it all together, you would most likely pay more. Understand all of these things. If an interest rate is fixed, interest rate, variable interest rate, reducing balance, get to appreciate all these things if you are entering into a loan. And it's with every other aspect of our lives. Whatever you're getting into, ensure that you understand what you are doing. If you're putting your money into something, ensure that you understand how that thing brings money back, how that thing makes returns, how that thing works. And not just the niceties of this is what you get at the end of the day without understanding what goes into it. So take this too as a lesson. The other thing too is that be ready for challenges. We've seen with Dangote, with the refinery, he faced difficult challenges. Some that a lot of people thought that was insurmountable. He even had to say that the cartel in the refinery business is even more than the drug cartels, which gives you the sort of issues, the sort of trouble, the sort of challenges that he had to surmount. And I'm sure he's still dealing with as the refinery is currently producing fuel. So always be ready for challenges. The ones that you know will come, and especially the ones that you have no idea of, because they will come. If it was easy, everybody would be doing what you want to do. If it was easy, everybody would want to achieve the results that you want to achieve. The Nigerian government had tried so much to build refineries, but despite spending millions and billions of dollars, they've not been able to bring it to fruition. Dangote and his company managed to do this, but they knew that challenges were going to come and they were prepared for it. So prepare yourself and deal with the challenges that come your way. Don't give up because of the challenges that come your way. Use it to fuel you to achieve your dreams. Use it to fuel you to get to your destination, because they will definitely come. If you don't give up, you will get there. As we conclude on this, we've seen that Dangote had to go through difficult challenges to be able to bring the refinery on stream. And even now, he's going through the challenges. But we know that the vision has been accomplished. And the benefits have started accruing to the people of Nigeria and also to his company. So can it happen to you? What's your dream? What's your goal? What are you working towards? What resources are you gathering along the way to get to your destination? Do you need loan as part of it? And if you have it, how is it going? Are you troubled that the bank will call on you to say, come and pay back your loan? Because you're not seeing top, as you say. You're not making any headway with the plans that you put in place. And you need to make payment to your friends, You need to repay the loans that you took from your friends, from your family. And it looks like you may be heading for shame. But know this, you don't have to give up. Keep pushing, keep pressing. And once you don't give up, like Dangote, you will also achieve your dreams and vision. And every kind of debt that you got yourself into as a result of this vision, you will be able to deal with it. So let the story of Dangote fuel us to achieving our vision and our dreams. And if it means that you need to take loan to be able to do that, make sure it is a loan that is a good loan, that is helping you achieve that vision so that you will accelerate your wealth. Thank you. If you like what you heard and you want to listen to more, follow, like, and subscribe.